Going to bring in Paul Poast, a University of Chicago political science professor. Paul, so how is this impacting U.S. relations with Venezuela, which have already been strained with this maneuver here?
Well, first of all, it creates a bit of an opportunity to reset the situation. Obviously, these tensions have been building for months. There's been anticipation that the U.S. was going to launch a larger strike. Of course, Trump himself has been hinting at this exact situation. The fact that the operation was carried out so quickly, the fact that Maduro is already out of the country, the fact that there are a lot of people in Venezuela who actually will be pleased about this situation. There will be countries throughout the region that will actually be happy about it. It creates an opportunity for a reset, a positive reset. The key will be, will the Trump administration seize that positive opportunity?
Do you think there's any modern precedent now for the U.S. effectively capturing a foreign head of state to face trial on charges on American soil?
Absolutely. The model that I've been referring to since this situation started was, of course, 1989, 1990, when the U.S. invaded Panama. That was to capture Manuel Noriega. Notably, this operation, which went much more smoothly than an operation in 1989, and notably, both operations were carried out for similar reasons. They were carried out under at least the justification within the context of the war on drugs. Drugs coming from Panama in the case of Noriega. Of course, Venezuela is the charge that's been made by the Trump administration with respect to Maduro. So both of these are very analogous in many ways.
Professor Poast, what do you think is next for Venezuela?
Well, the next step for Venezuela will be, of course, we need to see what exactly is the United States going to do? What is organizations like the Organization of American States going to do in terms of responding to this? We've already seen where the leader of Brazil, Lula, has already condemned the U.S. actions. But what will be the next step? Will they say we condemn the U.S. actions, but we're now willing to work with a transitional government in Venezuela? Of course, we have opposition leaders who could suddenly become the new leaders of Venezuela. What kind of support will they receive from the United States? What kind of support will they receive from other countries in the region? So that'll be the immediate next step. And again, the fact that this operation was carried out so quickly does create an opportunity for these kind of positive next steps.
You know, having heard you say that, why do you feel Americans watching right now at home, people here in Chicago, why should they care about this regime change, and what kind of impact could they see this have on them?
Well, there's a number of Venezuelans who, of course, live in the Chicago region as well as throughout the United States who are no fans of Maduro. The other reason why I think Americans as a whole should care about this is that a big reason why there have been so many people who have fled Venezuela to try to enter the United States has been because of the long-standing economic sanctions regime that the United States has had on Venezuela because of Maduro in large part. This, again, creates an opportunity for a reset, which should help to solve both that immigration situation as well as improve relations more generally between the United States and Venezuela.
University of Chicago political science associate professor Paul Poast, thank you so much for your insight, and thank you for being with us this morning. Stay with CBS News Chicago for all of the developments this morning. We are going to continue to cover the capture of Nicolas Maduro. You can stay up to date whether at home or on the go with the CBS News app, our 24/7 streaming channel, and CBSChicago.com.